Greeting to all of you. It's a pleasure to meet you again on 24 Hours channel. In today's new program, we will bring you the latest on hottest news update from the domestic and international screen. Now, please join us for the following news highlights.
Month. Dear viewers and friends, flooding in China has affected approximately 600 million people across 28 provinces and municipalities. The floods have also swept away numerous houses, cars, motorcycles, electrical appliances, televisions, refrigerators, and bedding, with most of them ending up in the East Sea. The hardest-hit provinces in China are Hubei, Hunan, and Sichuan. A total of 393 people have been reported dead or missing due to the floods, which is a grim signal for China. Prior to this, the China Meteorological Administration had issued a new warning that China would continue to experience heavy rain and strong winds in the coming days, particularly in early February, with a focus on flood prevention, landslides, and the safety of the Tamheap Dam, according to experts monitoring China's economic, political, and social situation. The country has endured over a month without sunlight, living in darkness both day and night. The skies in China have been persistently gloomy, dark, and devoid of sunlight for the past month and a half. Over 1.4 billion Chinese people have stated that during these 40 days and nights, they have only seen floodwaters and scenes of dam collapses, but no sunlight. Opening their eyes, they only see water and floating debris. Millions of cars are floating and swimming on the water. This indicates that China is facing retribution, being punished by nature, and the earth and sky are representing the world in exacting punishment for the sins committed by Xi Jinping. In the past 2 days, heavy rainfall has covered large areas of southern China, submerging them in water. The extensive flooding has had a severe impact on many downstream areas of the Yangtze River, according to the China Meteorological Administration. Due to the influence of Typhoon No. 2 in the South China Sea, rainfall in the Yangtze River basin has exceeded the levels recorded in 1998 and 2020. Experts have determined that this region has experienced the highest rainfall in the past 60 years, according to the South China Morning Post. Over the past week, the eastern regions of Sichuan, southern Guangdong, and northern Hunan in China will continue to experience prolonged rainfall amidst the unusual weather patterns that have caused abnormal flooding. The China Meteorological Administration also states that from today onwards, the rainfall will spread from the south to the southern region, including the downstream areas of the Yangtze River, covering provinces such as Guizhou, Guangxi, Anhui, Hubei, Jiangxi, and Zhejiang, with some areas expecting heavy rainfall of up to 600 mm. The heavy rainfall in the early days of the month has severely affected the eastern region of the southwest and the middle and lower reaches of the Yangtze River. The average rainfall recorded in this area ranges from 220 to 350 millimeters. Localized floods have occurred in Wuhan, Jingzhou, and Huangdang in Hubei province, with recorded rainfall reaching 600 millimeters, breaking previous records, according to the Global Times. This new storm also poses a direct threat to the largest Tamheap Dam in China, prompting the dam to open 3 additional floodgates, endangering the lives of 600 million mainland Chinese. At this moment, millions of Chinese people are suffering from the painful consequences. Analysts have pointed out that over the past month, China has not seen the sun but instead has experienced continuous heavy rain, strong winds, earthquakes, and tsunamis, all of which are the result of the disasters caused by Xi Jinping and his officials. Now, the heavens and nature are unleashing furious rain and inflicting painful blows to punish the warnings issued to this country, causing the entire mainland population to flee in chaos, seeking refuge on high mountain peaks or crossing the borders of neighboring countries, including our Vietnam. Furthermore, the weather patterns this year in China have been highly abnormal, relentlessly attacking all 31 provinces and municipalities on the mainland. Many areas have suffered from incessant heavy rainfall for over a month, resulting in significant loss of life and the destruction of thousands of homes. Livestock and valuable items such as cars, refrigerators, and televisions have been swept away by floods into the East Sea. Millions of hectares of colorful flowers cultivated by mainland residents have been submerged, leading to severe hardships and hunger. Presently, the situation of heavy rain and storms in China shows no signs of abating. China has received shocking news that a new storm is currently located in the East Sea and is expected to make landfall within the next 24 hours. It is likely to strengthen upon landfall, bringing heavy rain and strong winds. The capital city of Beijing and other provinces in China will continue to be submerged by floods, and if this happens, the largest dam on the planet, the Tam Heap Dam, will open additional floodgates to discharge water. The water level at the Tam Heap Reservoir has exceeded the red alert level, reaching 15 billion cubic meters of water, with a risk of dam failure reaching 100%. The Chinese seismic, tsunami, flood, and landslide warning agencies have issued emergency notifications due to the urgent and critical situation in China. This situation demands immediate attention, as the country is hanging by a thread. Dear viewers, in southern China, heavy rain continues to persist, while the city of Engan in Hubei province is experiencing devastating floods. 3 days ago, another city near the Tam Heap Dam in Hubei province witnessed the appearance of a waterspout. On the same day, Shanghai suddenly plunged into darkness with heavy and incessant rain, and Kinmen in Hubei province experienced a waterspout recently. The weather on mainland China has been extremely abnormal, with frequent heavy rain, strong winds, and disastrous floods. 2 days ago, in Gichuang City in Hubei province experienced heavy rain, leading to disruptions in transportation. On the same day, Kinmen City in Hubei province witnessed a waterspout. At around 7 p.m., the section of road near Songtian village was attacked by a waterspout, causing dozens of large trees along the road to be uprooted, many houses to lose their roofs, and metal roofs to be blown off and deformed, transforming the scene into one of chaos. Some nearby farms and vehicles were also damaged, although there are no reports of casualties yet. When the waterspout attacked, the sky quickly turned gloomy, with heavy rain and strong winds damaging power lines and causing power outages. The strong winds also blew down tents, trees, and signposts, with a large amount of debris carried up into the sky and some vehicles being damaged. Currently, the hashtag waterspout in Kinmen, Hubei province on Weibo has attracted 740,000 followers and comments. Previously, a giant waterspout appeared in the Inner Mongolia region. Ladies and gentlemen, since its proposal in the 1950s, the Tam Heap Dam, the world's largest hydroelectric project, has been a subject of controversy in China and now requires an inspection of its cracks and environmental damages. Heavy rains are wreaking havoc across half of China, prompting hydrological experts to warn that with increasing pressure, the Tam Heap Dam. Ladies and gentlemen, in Shanghai, yesterday the authorities issued consecutive yellow lightning warnings, blue heavy rain warnings, and yellow large dog warnings. By 1 p.m. on the same day, the sky suddenly darkened, followed by a noticeable decrease in heavy rain in Shanghai. By 3 p.m., the authorities lifted the blue heavy rain warning, but it is forecasted that heavy rain will reoccur from tonight until tomorrow morning. According to research, since Shanghai entered its flood season this month, there have been 4 instances of heavy rain. The average rainfall is significantly higher compared to previous years, and the common areas of the city are expected to continue experiencing continuous rainfall. The situation in the upper and middle reaches of the Yangtze River remains unfavorable. Notably, the ongoing disaster caused by heavy rain in southern China continues. The Chinese Ministry of Water Resources predicts that over the next 3 days, many provinces in southern China will still experience heavy rain. The warning level needs to be raised. The China Meteorological Administration has continued to issue yellow heavy rain warnings since 6 a.m. today, indicating that 13 rivers in places such as Sichuan, Guangxi, and Guangdong have exceeded the flood warning level. From 6 a.m. tomorrow to 6 a.m. the following day, the eastern region of Guizhou province, the northern region of Hubei province, the northeast region of Hubei province, the southeast region of Hainan province, most parts of Anhui province, Jiangxi province, and Shanghai will experience heavy rain, among them, the northeast region of Anhui province and the central-south region of Jiangxi province will experience very heavy rain, with rainfall ranging from 100 to 200 millimeters. In some areas mentioned above, accompanied by heavy hail. The highest rainfall can reach 130 to 250 millimeters per hour, with some places exceeding 370 millimeters. The website of the Chinese Ministry of Water Resources also states that from 6 a.m. today to 6 a.m. tomorrow, some areas in the Yangtze River Basin, Huai River Basin, and Tihu Lake Basin will still experience heavy to very heavy rain. The water levels of the Yangtze River, Huai River, Typhoon River, and Chu River are expected to rise. The upper reaches of the Tai Lake and Huai River may experience floods exceeding the warning level. Heavy rain in some areas may cause relatively large floods in small and medium-sized rivers. Previously, the Chinese Ministry of Water Resources announced that from December until now, southern China has experienced 5 instances of heavy rain. As of yesterday, 16 provinces and municipalities across China are facing difficulties due to the flood disasters, affecting more than 10 million people. Ladies and gentlemen, heavy rains have been occurring in China for many months, focusing mainly on the central and southern regions of the country in recent days. Shortly after Chinese citizens speculated about the anomalies at the Tam Heap Dam and in the mountains of Wuhan, an earthquake and sandstorm occurred in Sichuan province, causing thousands of casualties in just 3 minutes. These consecutive disasters have left the people of this country in extreme distress. Just 2 dam breaks in Shanxi province and Jiangnan province have swept away another 23,000 Chinese people. The Huanghe River and Yangtze River, which have sustained the Chinese people for thousands of years, have now become nightmares for the Chinese people. Many Chinese people now live in a state of constant fear, adopting the habits of prisoners and death row inmates, sleeping during the day and staying awake at night to guard against nighttime floods. The darkness is their greatest horror because the dam breaks are most dangerous when they occur at night while people are asleep. Many families have acquired small boats and prepared rubber boots to wrap around the boat to save themselves if the floods come. Of course, this measure is only effective when the floods are still small. As for dam breaks like the one in Shanxi, submerging an entire district, only divine intervention can bring salvation.
The recent information concludes our news bulletin. Thank you all for your attention and viewership. If you have any contribution to the program, please leave your comment below or write to us. On behalf of the entire team, I thank you for watching. Goodbye for now and see you again.